So when you're doing these questions, you're looking at these graphs right here. Wait, where'd you go? Right there. Here's your histogram for the U.S. Where's the other one? Here's the histogram for Kenya. And then I think we got box plots right here. Yeah, here's your box plots. Okay, so you're using one of these choices of organization, methods of organization to organize your data. All right, so let's answer this first question. This question says, actually A and B are similar. Approximately what percent of people in Kenya are between the ages of 0 and 10? And this one's asking the same question, but for the United States. Okay, so Sammy got 32%. Let's see how Sammy got 32%. If we hop on over to the Kenya graph, let's see, where are you, Kenya graph? I would go with the histogram graph. It's this one right here. Now here's 0 and here's 10. So between 0 and 5, we have, what is that, 17%? Yes. And then between 5 and 10, we got, that looks like 15% to me. So 15 plus 17? 32, that's how you get it. All right, so let's look at our next question. Our next question is the same question, but referring to the United States. If we look at the graph for this one, see, where'd you go, graph? No, there it is. We would be adding these two numbers together, this bar graph and this bar graph, because that would make up the 0 to 10 interval right here. So what is that? That's like 6.5 and 6.5 almost. So 13%? That sounds good. So I'm going to put 13%. Does yours have to be exactly mine? No, you crazy. It says approximate. You should be like probably 1 or 2 within my answer. Probably 1, just because of the way that it's scaled. Approximately what percent of people in Kenya are 60 years or older? And so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at that graph, and we're going to add together all of those bars together. Let's see. In Kenya, we're going to go from 60 all the way to the end. So if you add 60 all the way to the end, what did you get, Erica?
In Kenya,
yeah.
7%.
You got 7%?
Yeah.
That's pretty low. So we got 32, 13, and 7%. Let's look at what's next on our question list. We just finished C. So same question, but for United States and letter D. What did you guys get? Let's see. Let's go with Nate. What did you get? 19.8. Sounds like a good estimate to me. Percent. Let's see. Let's go over and look at it really quick. From 60 all the way to the end. So we will be starting right here, and we have to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars together. Wow, this last bar is like what, 0.1? Maybe nothing. I don't know. However you choose to count it, but if you have this much to add, then there's the chances are that your approximation is probably 2 off or 1 off for whatever you decided to put down. Okay, so what about E and F? Okay, now this time we're not talking about percents. This first question is talking about percents. This one says the population of Kenya in 2010 was approximately 41 million. So let's write that down, 41 million, because I know we're going to need it. So that's 41 with 6 zeros. Whoops. All right, so 41 million. What is the approximate number of people in Kenya between the ages of 0 and 10? Okay, now this data only takes into account 200 people from Kenya. So can we use that percent to find the approximate number of people total in Kenya from 0 to 10? As long as the data was diverse, right? As long as it was random, completely random. It doesn't mean it's going to be exact, but it'll give us an idea. So you're going to take this number right here, and you're going to multiply it by the 32%. Now, 32% means, like, do you guys even know what this thing means right here? Like, what does that mean? It means it's over 100. 32 over 100. So 32 over 100 is the number. 32% as a number is 32 over 100. So we're going to multiply this by 0.32. How'd you get 0.32? Well, what is 32 divided by 100? You move the decimal over twice, and then you get 0.32. Okay, let's multiply those two numbers together, and that's going to be our total number of people in Kenya between the ages of 0 and 10. What was that again? 13 million. 120.
What?
Euro.
So you guys got?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, did you get a different percent than I did?
No.
Okay, let me check it. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, the United States, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take the 309, and we're going to multiply 309 million. So I got to multiply this by 13%, which is 0.13. What do you guys get when you multiply those two together?
40 million.
Is it 40 million?
170,000.
Hold on. 40 million. No, that's not right. No, wait, 100 and what?
That's what we got. 170.
70.
And the rest are 0.
All right, cool. So that's how many people are in the age range from 0 to 10. Okay, now we got a different type of question. We're finally breaking away from that type of question. While the high school students are planning to visit the neighborhoods of Nairobi and several towns in Kenya, do you think they will see many teenagers?
Yes.
Will they see a lot of teenagers? Now, teenagers are between what ages? 10 and 20, right? That's like yeah. Technically 13, okay, but if we're looking at our data, looking at Kenya, we would be looking at between 10 and 20 right here. So what percent is this? It's like 11. This is 10. What's 11 plus 10? 21. So we got about 21% of their population will probably be teenagers. And this is approximate. And how many of them are over 70? If I'm looking at our data table, how many of them are over 70? That would be 1, and that's like a half of 1. That's like even less than a half of 1. So we got like, what, 1.9? 1.9%? So would you guys be more likely to run into a teenager or a senior citizen? Teenager for sure. But that's not what the question really asked. The question asked, would we be likely to see a teenager? And to think about that, I think we got to know a little bit of something about percents. We get to know that 21 is actually 21 over 100. 21% is 21 over 100. That's really close to 20 over 100. Because if we're just thinking approximations, this is about 1 in 5 because we can divide the top by 20 and we can divide the bottom by 20 and we get 1 over 5. So that means for every 5 people, one of them will or could be a teenager. Will we be likely to run into or see many senior citizens? Probably not. That's a pretty low percentage. That's almost 2%, 2 out of 100. So every one person, every 50 people, you might see one senior. So yeah, it's not very likely. All right, the next one says, you started at okay. So stated that the United States has a lot of older people compared to Kenya. Would you agree? How would you describe the difference in the ages of the people of these two countries? So if we look at our chart again for America, for the United States, it looks like, just look at the histogram, we have, that's 3, this is 2.5, so it's 5.5, then this is almost 2, no, I don't know, maybe it's just below 2, 1.8. But yeah, there's definitely more people here in the United States that we would consider as senior citizens that we would run into. So do we agree with that, with the Adrian's statement? I would say yes. It says, how would you describe the difference in the ages of the two countries? It looks like Kenya has higher percentages with the younger ages. And then when we look at the United States, we have a more even spread all the way until, I don't know, between 55 and 60. We have a lot more older folks here. it's more evenly spread, and then we start dropping off right around between 60 to 100. Here I'm going to write that Kenya's population consists mostly of younger citizens. You could also, I don't have any more space, make a comment about how the United States has a greater population of older citizens than Kenya does. And both of these we use histograms. So I'll write histo right here. Alright, let's look at our next question. Estimate the median age of a person in Kenya and the median age of a person in the United States. That would be kind of hard with using these histograms. I don't really want to estimate the median age there. If we go up, we can see our box plots. This middle line right here is supposed to represent the median. So in Kenya, the median age is about 18, maybe 17. I'll put 18. And for the U.S., it looks like we're about, let's see, right there would be 30, so this would be about 37. So let's say 17 and 18. So Kenya is 17 and median, and the United States 27. U.S. median. Let's read our next question. Oops, I forgot to write that we used the box plot up there. But anyways, we're on this one. 25% of the people in the United States are younger than what age? How did you determine this age? Look at the box plots again. When looking at the box plots, we know that each of these quadrants, or I'm sorry, these quartiles, wrong word. Each of these quartiles represents 25% of the data. So there's 4 quartiles, this line from here to here, and then this box from here to here, this box from here to here, this line from here to here, all represents 25% of the data each. So 25% of the population would be younger than whatever this number is. I'm going to say 17. We'll say 17. How did you come up with this? How did you determine that age? 17 is the Q1, or the lower quartile. Of our box plot. Approximately what percent of the people in Kenya are younger than 18 years old? Let's look at the box plot again. Remember, we said the median right here was about 18 or 17. So it looks like 50% of the population of Kenya are less than 17 or 18%. And then the next question asks us, estimate the mean age of a person from Kenya. Let's look at our box plot. We can't really determine that here unless we know all the data, and then even if we look at the histogram, we can't determine it here. We can make a good estimate, but overall this would be really hard to do. So we'll just say it's not possible. Last question on this screen. The mean age of the people in the United States is approximately 38 years, so they give us the age. Estimate the percent of the people in the United States who are younger than the mean age in the United States. Let's not make it complicated. Let's just look at our data that we have on our box plot. So the information said that 38% is the mean. Hey, cool. That's really close to our median. So that means, to answer our question, the question said, estimate the percentage of people that are younger than this age. Well, that looks like 50% to me. So we can go back to this and we can write 50% on this one also. 50% of the people are younger than 38 years old. This is kind of a weird question. It says, if the median age is used to describe the typical person in Kenya, what percentage of the people in Kenya are younger than the median age? Well, median anything. If you're asking for any country, if you say that, if you're asking what percent is lower than the median age, it's always going to be 50%. So we got 50% of our data that is less than, let's write that really quick, that is less than the median age. The next part of the question, it says, is the mean or median a better age, median age, a better description of a typical person? And can you explain your answer? In our case, the median is a good. Median is the better. Median is the better descriptor of the typical age. And the reason why that's true is because, let's just say because, the data is skewed. See, check this out. If I'm looking at my table right here for Kenya, the median age is going to be probably somewhere around here because there's a lot of people over here. Right? I think we decided it was, no, I can't remember what we said it was, but it's going to be over here. If we try to find the mean, because the data is skewed, we have these big numbers up here. These big numbers are going to pull the center of our data over towards the older age of the graph, which isn't quite accurate. The median in this case is better because the data is skewed. So let's go back to this and answer our last question. All right, this question is having us look at the IQR, the interquartile range of the ages in this sample from the United States and from Kenya. So let's look at those really fast, and then I'll read the second part and see what we have to do with that. Now, to find the interquartile range, we define the number for this one, which is the upper quartile, and a number for this one, which is the lower quartile, or Q1, and this one's Q3. So we're going to find this one right here, which is approximately 58, going down here and looking at the line, and this one right here, which is approximately 18. So we're going to go 58 minus 18 to find the IQR for the United States. So 58 minus 18, that's going to give us 40. This is IQR for US. Now let's look at Kenya. For Kenya, we're going to look at this one right here. That's the Q3, which is about, we'll say, 36. And this one right here, which is about 7. So 36 minus 7. So 36 minus 7, which gives us 31 years. And that's the IQR for Kenya. Got to remember to label our work. And then, okay, so we found the IQRs, and the next part of the question says, if the IQRs are used to compare the countries, what does the smaller IQR indicate about the countries? A smaller IQR shows us that there are more people around the median age. And you can see that by looking at the histogram. More people live to be around the median age of each country. And that's it. That's using the histogram and the box plot to analyze data.